Hey girl, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. Milo is literally the most loveliest guy I've ever met. I spent a bit of time with him today and he was just so attentive. And you think he's just a waste of space? You're delusional. I don't get it. Why are you spending time with Milo? You know that he's supposed to be dating me, right? Do you not know your boundaries? What do you mean, why? Isn't it obvious? You know I have a right to meet up with people, including Milo, right? Since when am I not allowed to freely hang out with other people? Don't be stupid. I know you can, but you do know that I'm in love with Milo, right? Don't you know there's a friend code when it comes to relationships? You're just contacting me because you wanted to rub your encounter in my face, aren't you? That you're taking up his time when he should be with me? Have you ever thought that maybe you're tying him down too much? You better stop doing that so I can spend more time with him. Women who keep their men all to themselves are hated on a lot, you know? Milo also said that as well. It doesn't make sense why you're doing this, Samara. Why do you keep laying your hands on my man? Why would you do this to your friends? It's really horrible. This is the second time you've tried to do this, right? Why would you do that to me, to your own friend? Don't you think you're being a bit hasty by saying I'm trying to get my hands on him, Leilani? It's not entirely my fault, you know? Well, I did have my hands on the previous boyfriend I tried to nab, but they're just irresponsible. I can't help it. But I know that they can't help it either. Milo is just such a gentleman, and I wish that we could have a loving and peaceful relationship. I wish for that so badly, just for a man to love me. You want to be in a loving relationship with him? Excuse me? What is going on here? Why are you harassing me with this so much? Don't you remember that I moved away just so that I could get away from you and what you were trying to do? Why are you even in town right now? If you keep being all hysterical, Leilani, you're going to age like crazy and you'll be covered in wrinkles by the time you're 40. Maybe you should consume a bit more calcium? Do you want some supplement recommendations? I'll be happy to give you some. I'll also tell you some of the supplements that are good for when you need to diet as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have hit a nerve with that statement. Are you kidding me with this crap you're pulling, Samara? How far are you going to go? Or are you trying to make fun of me? Okay, you really need to answer my question. Why are you doing this to me? What have I ever done to you, Samara? I thought I was being a good friend to you. Because I want to enjoy my life and feel alive. What's so wrong with that? It just so happened that I match well to your boyfriend. But I don't have any intentions of stealing him away from you or anything like that. If that happens, though, it's not entirely my fault. You were pushing them away. Okay, that's enough. You're making me feel so bad right now. Don't ever contact me ever again. You're a complete homewrecker. You know that, right? Oh, wow. I didn't think you'd get so frustrated over something so small. You're such a loser, Leilani. Don't let this get to you. When we were students, you were always so bossy and telling everyone what they should and shouldn't do. You've never been cool. That's it. I'm cutting you off. I don't want you anywhere near me ever again. We are not friends, so stop trying to get involved with people in my life. Whatever you say, Leilani. You'll be nothing without me, you know. I'm the only cool friend you have. You'll end up alone one day.
Hey, Leilani. How are you doing? Are you actually able to attend the wedding? I'm so happy that you'll be able to make the big day.
Why, of course I'm going to come to the wedding of one of the best colleagues I've ever worked for. Is it normal to be this happy about things like this?
Of course, because you've always taken care of me at work and have shown me the ropes. My goal is to be like you, Leilani. You're such a great person to work with.
You think I'm a great person to work with? Surely that's a bit of an exaggeration, right? I don't really do much at work.
No, not at all. It's one of my current goals to be a great worker like you. But I'm aiming to be something bigger than I am now. In the future.
I feel like that might be a bit rude, but I suppose there's no malice to what you're saying, so I guess it's fine that you said that. Anyway, I wanted to ask a more important question. The person you're getting married to, Samara, is it? What kind of person are they?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I could tell you a bit about her. She's about 4 years older than me, and I can rely on her for almost anything. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure she's the same age as you, Leilani. If you'd like, I'd love to introduce you to her.
Oh, right. I see. The same age as me, huh? Wow, it really is such a small world out there. It's just so strange how people end up together.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Have you met Samara somewhere before? Are you acquaintances already?
I don't know if this is the same person that I've met before or not. I'm just theorizing if they have the same last name as the Samara I've met. I just want to ask you one more thing. Are you happy that you're going to be married to your girlfriend soon?
Are you asking me if I'm happy about marrying the love of my life? Of course I am, silly. She's the kind of woman I need in my life. She's very strong and helps pull me along when it comes to difficult things. That's why I feel like I have to do my best for her.
Well, that's really good to hear, Will. I'm glad that you found someone like that. Sorry, I was just wondering who she actually was.
That's okay, but I'd still very much like to introduce you to her. I'm sure she'd love to meet at least one of my colleagues.
I don't know, I just feel that something is off, but I'll happily support you on your wedding day. I wish you all the happiness in the world on your special day.
Aw, that's very sweet of you. Thank you so much for those kind words, Leilani. Both of us look forward to seeing you on our wedding day. As a congratulatory gift, you don't need to get us anything too outrageous. Just something small is fine.
Oh, well, you deserve more than something small, but okay. Whatever happens, I hope you'll have a fun day to look forward to. Oh my god, this seriously isn't happening right now. Did I really just see you, Leilani, in the parking lot? Why did you come here? I thought that you cut ties with me. It doesn't even look like you're trying to do that. Well, I guess you found me, huh? That was really fast. I thought I could get away with you not seeing me. I knew you'd come around because you love me too much. Even though you said that you were cutting ties from me, you still decided to show up here to the ceremony. Well, I was sent an invitation after all, so it seems like I couldn't refuse this offer. Anyway, I have other things I wanted to ask. So first of all, what happened to you and Milo, huh? When I looked at the wedding invitation, I really thought it would be his name on it. Huh? Milo? Oh, right, him. Yeah, we broke up like a long time ago. When he opened up to show me who he truly was, he was just a normal and useless human being. It makes so much sense because he was dating you, and you're both more or less have the same type of personality. As usual, I am not surprised that you said that to me. You've been making so many snide comments towards me lately. Well, at the time, I had like 3 guys on the go at once, but I got so tired of getting all of their attention, so I dumped Milo and then the other one too. In the end, the one who remained is the groom. He's completely devoted to me. It's so sweet. He's so smart and caring and kind, and above all, very handsome. I see. Out of the 3 guys you were dating, he won, I suppose. I don't get why you'd do something like this, Samara. I thought you were more mature than that. Yeah, but of course he doesn't know anything about the situation I was in, and he'll never find out about it. I mean, have you seen my soon-to-be husband? He's really cool, isn't he? Also, he's an upcoming hire for this really famous company. He's still quite young, but I am sure he'll earn a lot more money from now on. Wow, Samara, do you seriously only think about your loss and gain from relationships? Don't you know how a lot of these men have loved you? Well, don't most people think like that? I mean, I guess I was in love with Milo for a little bit, but it was only for a short time. I just got so bored, you know? Well, I guess that also made Milo your ex-boyfriend, too. I guess he loved me, but he just always let himself wander too much when it came to the opposite sex. Okay, I get it, Samara. So how long will you be treating me as your enemy? I've not done anything to you. I suppose the grudge that you've had since we were students is still going strong. It's crazy. Huh? What are you talking about? This has got nothing to do with our student days anymore. I'm just living my life the way I want to. Besides, the person I'm marrying, Will, has no connection to you, okay? Why must I complain so much until you're satisfied? I think you're confused. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But I somehow get involved with things that you do. It's because you made the decision to come to my wedding ceremony today, so of course you're involved. You need to take this wedding invite seriously. I don't just invite anyone and everyone. But to be honest, I just sent it with the intention of making fun of you with everyone from our school days when they arrive. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You just want to watch me rot and make me feel completely embarrassed by how you stole my ex from me. How long have you been hanging around here for? This is actually really frustrating. Even though you lost your man so many times to me, you still showed up to the ceremony. Don't you realize that I sent that invitation as a joke? You do know that there are no more seats available to sit down at, right? I never wanted to go because of you, Samara. I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I got the invite from the groom. Huh? What do you mean you got the invite from the groom? How could you when you can't possibly know him? I came to the ceremony today because I received an invitation to come and sit on the groom's side of the venue. Even though you sent me an invitation out of spite, I was never going to support you and watch you get married. If you're planning on sitting on the groom's side, does this mean that you know Will somehow? Are you acquaintances? That seriously can't be true. You know that he's a really successful person, right? He's on a completely different level than you. The world that I live in is very different than yours, Leilani. Even though you don't know anything about me, it doesn't mean that you can talk down to me about my life. Hey, I know you very well. Ever since we were students, you were always the girl with a strong desire to get everyone's approval. Trying to stand out, getting the top score in all the tests we did, getting the first place in state for badminton. Everyone was thinking and laughing at you with how much you wanted to be noticed. Such an attention seeker. I don't get it. Even though you say that this has nothing to do with our school days, you keep mentioning it a lot. You remember things quite well. We should really get back to the topic at hand, since this is totally unrelated. I'm actually Will's boss at his company. Hold on a minute. What? I think we know for a fact that's not true. You do know that he works for one of the most well-known companies in the country, right? It would definitely not be the type of company that you'd work for. You've hardly got any qualifications to work in a top-notch company. I thought so too, but 2 years ago I was scouted as a programmer. Will also was hired to work as a programmer as well, okay? That's why, as an educator, I have built a lot of relationships with people at the company, including Will. Will? A programmer? Really? First of all, we all know that you're talking crap right now, Leilani. Stop trying to bring him down to your level. Excuse me? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm being serious. He's a programmer at my company. Why don't you try asking him for yourself? He's a staff member of my company, and he's a programmer. No matter how you look at it, being a programmer isn't just some fun job he does on the side. I thought he was more of a businessman because he wears suits all the time. I thought that he was an accountant for a big corporation or something. Well, it seems like you don't really know who Will is as a person. You hardly know a thing about him, Samara. As long as he works for some hotshot company that's famous nationwide, you don't care about anything else, not even his feelings. It sucks, really. Yeah, I get it. Don't get mad at me just because I exposed what you truly are and how you lied about being able to come to this wedding. I'll ask Will now about his job and other things, so please just wait a moment, okay? Surely he'll tell me that he's a hardworking businessman. Why the heck would you hide something like that from me? Don't you trust me with things like this? Wait, what? What on earth are you talking about? What could I possibly be hiding, Samara? You are actually Will's boss, and you work at the same company. How did I not get told this? Why am I only hearing about this information now? I don't know why you're making such a big deal about this, Samara. I didn't even know until I received the wedding invitation. But you did find out after you got your invitation in the mail, right? Why didn't you contact me and tell me then? I feel so embarrassed about this now. How could I not see that he was some kind of programmer? How come I didn't see that something was happening? Look, I just didn't want to get involved because I knew that it was going to be such a hassle. I work with Will every day. I was invited to the wedding, and there's no way that I'd turn around and say I'm not going. He's my colleague, after all. I want you to go home right now. You're ruining everything. I'll explain to Will that you got sick or something. I want you to leave right now. No, I'm not just going to get up and leave now. I will enjoy watching the ceremony until the very end. No, I've had enough of your games. You need to leave this instant. It is such a pain to have someone as evil as you hanging around. If you don't leave now, I'll call the security company and they can kick you out. I don't want you hanging around here just so that you can stir up trouble. That's all you ever do. I have 2 invitations, Samara. Why am I the one being kicked out here? I've come here to celebrate 2 people getting married. Not a lot of people do that every day. Because I have had enough of you and you're really frustrating me right now. Why is this happening on my wedding day? Aw, I'm sorry that things are tough for you right now, but I guess hang in there. It'll all be over soon enough.
Lalani? I'm really sorry for all the things that are happening right now. I guess you and Samara did know each other after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was her when I got to the venue. I could hear her voice loud and clear. She was a childhood friend and my schoolmate. When we were in high school together, I thought that she was my best friend, but now, yeah, not so much.
Oh, is that right? Wow, I can't believe that you both went to the school and were friends. Man, this is a very small world. Okay, so what were you two arguing about exactly? Samara seems quite irritated right now. She was talking to a security guard earlier, so I was wondering what happened.
Okay, well, I suppose you're right. We did get into a bit of an argument before.
Okay, wow. You were? Why would you both be arguing on a day like this? It's not the best look to be picking a fight at a wedding venue.
It was about a bunch of stuff, really. It was kind of petty what she was saying, in my opinion. We were childhood friends, after all. You're still happy to marry Samara, right? When you're together, you're happy, right? You don't feel anything negative?
Yes, I still do. But I'm a little bit worried about the situation now. Samara was always saying bad things about her best friend from school.
Wait, what? Why would she badmouth me for... I haven't done anything to her in my life.
Yeah, I had a feeling she was talking about you because there aren't many people named Lalani. And I knew you both were from the same area. She always used to tell me about the hate she had for you, and she would say just horrible things about you. Now that I think about it, when Samara was talking about you, it really did sound like it was all a lie.
Wait, it sounded like she was lying? What do you mean by that? What did she say to you exactly?
Well, I highly doubt that you were arrested twice for stealing, right? You didn't do that, did you?
Excuse me? Samara accused me of stealing? Is she insane? I don't get why she's making up so many stories about me. I thought she and I were friends.
Look, she always talked about this girl called Lalani, and apparently you were stealing things when you went to school together, and that's why everyone started to hate you. Also, during the preliminary rounds of the badminton tournament that you participated in, she said that she mixed laxatives into your water. I suppose that it was to prevent you from competing or something like that.
Are you kidding me with this crap, Will? Did she really do something like that? I don't believe this.
Well, that's what Samara told me. Then I heard that you were arrested for theft after you all graduated from high school. Apparently, you committed that crime twice, and that you ate gravel or something. It was getting weird by this point.
That story is complete and utter nonsense. You know that, right? And I don't eat gravel. Who says that? It seems like this won't work out unless I have a private conversation with Samara.
Yeah, I feel like I'm now stuck in a very awkward situation. I'm not good at dealing with this type of confrontation. I didn't think my wedding day would be like this.
I know what you mean, Will. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through this when it's supposed to be a happy day for you. Okay, I'm going to try and talk to Samara again about this. This has gone far enough now.
Yes, please try and talk with her. I would also like to request that the start of the ceremony be delayed as well.
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you. I'll go and give her a piece of my mind. She needs to know how ridiculous this all is. Samara, we need to have a proper conversation. I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. I wouldn't try and ignore my messages if I were you. Will told me all of the lies you've been making up about me. Are you kidding me? This isn't a good time. What do you even want to talk about now? There's no point in having the ceremony. I'm going home now. What do you mean there's no point in holding a ceremony anymore, Samara? You do know that Will was really happy to be getting married to you, right? Why is there no point in doing the ceremony anymore? You're just going to leave a man who's devoted to you at the altar? Really, Samara? And why do you think this is any of your business? I've made my decision, all right? Why are you butting into my life so much? This isn't because Will and I work at the same company now, is it? That's not the reason why you left the ceremony, is it? Because it's kind of pathetic if that's the case. What are you even talking about? Why are you trying to talk to me? Can't you just let me be? You're so irritating. I know that your purpose in life was to push me down and make me suffer for no reason at all. So to show off that your soon-to-be husband works for a successful company, you sent me an invitation to your wedding. Then you found out that I turned out to be his boss, so you can no longer try to pull me down. That's why you're acting like this, right? This is why you've gotten so depressed? Because I outrank you or something? Why do you think I feel this way? You're the one who's made me feel bad. Everything was your fault, you know? Back then, Will told me that you gave me some laxatives. You put them in my water bottle so that I couldn't play in the tournament that day? I don't think it's a good idea to be having this conversation. I was just talking about my friends during my school life. I really didn't think that you and Will would ever meet each other. Like, what are the odds that you just happened to be in the same job sector anyways? Well, I don't mind if it's talked about now, but I wanted to say that I won the badminton competition because I worked and trained really hard. It's true that you were eliminated in the preliminary rounds, but I didn't care about you hating me. I just wanted to do well, and I think I did. You needed to get through those negative feelings you had towards me. You always stuck your nose up at me. You always looked down on people like me. You started acting like you were the school hero and that you could approach anyone about any topic. You used to always go home with me, but then you started walking home with your other so-called friends. You completely ditched me and didn't care about me. That's not, I didn't mean to. People just asked to walk with me, and I don't understand why you're holding a grudge against me after all this time. You're so annoying and always looked down on me like I was nothing to you. The same goes for when we had tests. You always got the top score in the class. That made you so popular, didn't it? Both good at studying and playing sports. Even though I tried my best, I could never beat you. I can't believe you're bringing all of this up when all this happened so many years ago, Samara. Then you started dating that guy, and I just couldn't believe that you'd betray me like that. You should have known that I liked him a lot. Hey, when I told you that he confessed that he had a crush on me, I told you then, remember? You said to me, don't worry about me. Just be honest about your feelings, so I was. I've always been open with you and tried to be your friend, but you made it really difficult for me. What else was I supposed to do other than say that? I couldn't help but feel frustrated and sad all at the same time. Look, I'm sorry you felt like that, Samara. I didn't realize that you held this all in for all this time. It's true that I may have underestimated your feelings. I'm really sorry for doing that to you, but you shouldn't let what happened in the past take over you. You can't hold on to what happened anymore. It'll eat you alive, Samara. But I also knew that you meant no harm. I think I was just making matters worse for myself. Thank you for apologizing. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I did steal your boyfriend so I could get some sort of revenge on you. I wasn't really thinking about how you would feel about it at all, and that was awful of me to do that. Look, it doesn't matter. We don't need to keep bringing it up over and over again. I was so annoyed with what you both did. Either way, he was a man who couldn't resist the temptations of another woman. I don't know why men act like this and want to hurt women so badly, especially when they want to get with one of her friends. But I thought about all of this after I dated your 2 ex-boyfriends. I'm sorry to say it, but you really don't have an eye for men. Yeah, I get it, Samara. There's no need to start. But maybe you've got a better eye for men. Will is a really nice person. I suppose it's time for the ceremony to start already. What should I do? I've got no idea how to do this. Will must hate me so much right now for ditching the ceremony. I just thought there was no point in hanging around. Will is going around apologizing to the guests at the ceremony. When the bride runs away from the wedding venue on her special day, the most painful part is for the groom to stay behind and say sorry for what happened. If you don't get over here soon, Will isn't going to work it out with you. That's very true. Okay, I understand. Leilani, I really am sorry for what I did to you. I wasn't thinking at all. Also, thank you for everything you've done today. I'm just trying to help out my work friend more than anything. You've got to work really hard with him so that he understands what happened and what's going on now. You can't leave Will in the dark. I totally understand. I just hope that one day you can forgive me for what I've said and done to you. I didn't mean to do all the things that I did. All I wanted was my friend back, and you gained so much popularity over the years. Next time, you really need to tell me how you're feeling so that you don't jump to conclusions and create chaos in our friendship. Look, you're going to have to work super hard at gaining my trust back. I can't fully forgive you for what you did to me today because I didn't do anything to you. Look, all I want to do is enjoy my life, so let me do that. After that, Samara hurried back to the ceremony, but it was already too late and the wedding was canceled. She was scolded by her own father, and the groom's family were staring daggers at her. Will, who understood the circumstances, didn't abandon her. They've decided on a new wedding date and are now living together. Samara deeply regrets her actions on that day. Will decided to pay for all the expenses for the ceremony. He worked really hard at work every day just to pay off what they owed for the ceremony that didn't go ahead. He's also apologized to Leilani for what happened. To be honest, she didn't care anymore. She didn't think that it was something that she could easily forgive. She told them to keep apologizing until it felt right to forgive them. Maybe one day Leilani and Samara will be best friends again, but only time and enough apologizing will tell. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.